Hello, I am David Kenny, aka Mr. Awesome X300. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the last of the TF2 classes, and that would be the sniper. I like this guy so much. Do you know why? It is as simple, really. He is my favorite of the 9 classes. He is a hunter, an Australian one to be exact. He has the unique ability to insta-kill people via headshots. Actually, not unique, considering that one of the spy's rifles, or guns, actually has the ability to headshot as well. Anyway, speaking of which, before I talk to you about the weaponry, I'd like to talk to you about how to headshot. Simple process, but in reality, it's kind of hard. Simple. First, you just press R2 for better aim. Then you find a head. Then you headshot with R1. The problem with this is most enemies tend to move around or get in your face. So basically, the ones who are most likely to stand still are enemy snipers. Anywhere else in the body is considered a body shot, and that is not insta-kill. Just so you know. Anyway, on to his weaponry. Starting with a normal sniper rifle. Just so you know, all of these rifles are bolt action rifles, meaning that after you shoot, you have to reload. This is the Machina. It has tracer rounds. Enemies can see your aim via a little dot at the end of the crosshair. This thing can also penetrate enemies, meaning that you can do a body shot and a headshot at the same time, or even 2 headshots or 2 body shots. It's a clever ideal, isn't it? This is a classic. It's literally called the classic. This charges shots that are related to how long you zoom in. That's based to zoom, you press R2. It's as simple as that. And that's how you get better aim for headshots, by the by. Now, how long? Simple. Think of this. If you are zooming in for about at least a minute, it'll be long, and it's going to do a ton of damage when it hits. Weak classes, it might get insta-killed by a body shot. Those classes with 125 health, aka Scout, Medic, and Spy, and possibly NG. Now, this is the bizarre bargain. A desert rifle. The zoomed kills, they increase the charge rate. If you get like 10 kills zoomed, you get a lot of charge speed. Now, a silent killer, to be precise, is what I describe this. It's called the Hitman's Heatmaker. After you get a good amount of damage, you can focus. Just press R and you will be completely zoomed in for a while without having to flinch when you reload. It's also silent because of the suppressor. It also decapitates heads when it does headshots, just so you know. This is a unique one, for it cannot headshot. That means no insta-kills unless you're classed as 125 health. But you get Girardi instead. I will be talking about Girardi in just a sec. But first, a little history on TF2. Bots. No, usually bots are like snipers with the gibbous hat and those pyrovision goggles that like twirl around, looking up in the air, and then shooting people wherever. Those are mainly the bots. presumably Taco Bot. Since then, they have died down. I haven't seen as much lately. Just to let you know. Why am I telling you about this? Simple. There's another option if you don't want to go camping and just zooming in for headshots. And that is the Huntsman, or Luxman as some call, for you might get lucky if you even get a hit, unless, of course, the enemy is close to you. It also carries the insta-kill headshots, so that's lucky. Now, on to secondary weapons. A submachine gun. This is a normal one. This is not a normal submachine gun, for it has a charge meter. When it's filled, you go crikey for mini crits. This is the clearest carbine, for it has a suppressor, just so you know. Now for Girardi. Your own urine. You can throw your own urine at enemies so they can be mini critted. Now that is advanced port technology. I'm saying port considering that sniper lives in a van and is an outdoorsman. Now, there's also packs, like this cozy camper, where you can't flinch. And also damage resistance to all kinds, except maybe melee. This is the Razorback. I like using this for one reason. I don't like spies stabbing me. That's the good news, for it gives you one free anti-spy backstab where you can go F up the spy. Although there are a couple problems. First, a long recharge time to be precise. So to get it quicker, go to a supply locker. And two, they have guns, those spies. Then we have the Darwin's Danger Shield. Less afterburn damage, like the Pyro. This is, by the way, a crocodile skin. Yeah, I heard Australia has some pretty bad predators there. Anyway, these are melee, aka Kukiris. This is a knife. This is a bloody knife. It is the tribal men's shiv. Bleed for 6 seconds. Every other bleed weapon has 5. This one is 6. I like using this. A crit knife known as the Bushwhacker. This replaces mini crits with actual crits. Now, my Australian accent is not as good as you think. Look, I like putting up accents, so in the future, I hope you'll get used to me putting on accents. Now, this is a damage goes by health knife, and it's known as the Shashashna. Example. Low health, much bigger damage. More health, less damage. That's how the scale works. Now, in MVM, you explode headshots with the Heatmaker. He is also good with giants. And when you have the Heatmaker with a group of little robots and a giant, the little ones go, bye-bye. While the giant doesn't know what's hitting him, unless, of course, he spots you. He is unfortunately useless against tanks. Now, I like hunting with the Huntsman. I used to use the rifles, but after the bot incident, I prefer the Huntsman. That's in casual. So, do you want to do the following? Do you want to go camping? Go to outer places where you can shoot people where they don't know where they are, unless of course they come to you. Do you also want to hunt with the huntsman? Then you will like the sniper. Now, in the next video, I shall talk to you about man versus machine, which happens to be my favorite mode in TF2. Until then, see ya. Bye.